Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the California Golden Bears, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Cal Golden Bears offense is on the field for the first time today. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got out of trouble and throws. Quickly out to the tight end. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Doak. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. And the Golden Bears will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will take the field for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the back from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Still looking, on the move. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They go to the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Puts it out of the air. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He rifles one deep down the right side. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Hits the open man. Touchdown Seminoles. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, putting them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Second down, they'll go to the air. Zings it complete to the right. He goes out of bounds, a couple of yards short of the 20. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
Trying play action. On target to the left. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. The Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Warren. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the left. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Golden Bears started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack and try to slow this momentum down.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Starks. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground. The Golden Bears didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up the sack.
And the Golden Bears trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play doesn't feel it, next time.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. UCLA was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Bruins performance, one that really should instill confidence within his program. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Quarterback making adjustments. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps.
Makes a grab down the middle. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
It's complete to the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Well, he's putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Just a hair too much on him from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Deep in enemy territory, ball's at the 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Fires to the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Got it inside. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Noles! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Oh, he missed it. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
To the air on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and long.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just...
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and...
Touchdown And they take it in for 6 more points.
But man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Grabs it in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. Turning on the Jets. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
27, Cal, 10.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Steps away to find some room. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the ground with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Golden Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He splits the uprights. That'll close the gap to 14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Running into the open space. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Oh, he wants it all. Makes a grab on the shot. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They call the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
They'll run play action. Takes it on the shovel. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, the tight end's got to do a better job getting his depth on the route. He's running out to the perimeter of the field, but he's got to get further downfield. He caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage, got tackled, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Golden Bears will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. And now the hit knocks it loose. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Cal gets it back, the sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Takes the easy completion. He will not get there. A stop on third down leaves him with a fourth down from the 18-yard line. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. Turns it on at midfield. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. The Seminoles can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. It's complete. There he goes. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. The Seminoles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball. Touchdown, Florida State! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it's a final now, and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Virginia found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A perfect example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Charlottesville. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Warren. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Golden Bears with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Sends it back in motion. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. He's got an open man. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Tight end finds a soft spot. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Golden Bears pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Intercepted to stop the threat. Inside the 40. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Knowles! And they turn it into a defensive score. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll run it. Plows through the defense. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Golden Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on fourth down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him. Just
can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Breaks into the open. He's at the... And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right. right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and, man, you know he's looking for more.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It starts. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Wants to throw it. He's got the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Fires to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. And the Golden Bears in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. Starting to feel a little pressure. He turns it loose to the left. He's got it along the sideline. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
He'll take another shot here. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
16.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
And the California offense will take over.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had